how many people will be on the stream?
Yeah, I know. If for a first stream, it's not going to be massive because there's very few of us.
Because 19 subscribers.
And well, you gotta start somewhere, you know.
I know that. I'm only at 26. I just got the 40, notification.
Yeah. I'm at 45.
That's pretty good.
But I haven't made a video in 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
It's been since the beginning of January since I made a video.
Excuse me, let me check that. My mom is expecting some packages.
Alrighty, so anyone want to start off with the first question? Just get a little background knowledge on me. Go for it.
What was the question that we're answering?
So, do you just have any questions you want to ask for me to kind of like get a base knowledge on how I kind of got into rail fanning and locomotives and all that?
Where did you start?
I have returned.
Well, I actually grew up in Logansport, Indiana, which is a hub for Norfolk Southern, especially with their road railers. I mean, we'd get like 5 or 6 of them through Logansport every single day. And we actually used to have a steam excursion train come through. So that was always something that put us on the map. But one thing I distinctly remember when I was younger was Conrail locomotives. I actually got to see Conrail NS patched locomotives roaming the rails before they all were painted in that black and white paint scheme. And I don't know why that picture always stuck with me, but I always remember seeing a C40-8W Conrail leading a road railer going to Peru, Indiana, and that image is always stuck in my head. I guess I didn't realize how much I liked Conrail until about 10 years later.
Alright, does my video look better? Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
Chris, start asking questions.
No. Oh yeah, speaking on Conrail, I know there's a yard by my house. Operation Rail saying you might not be enjoying.
No.
Darn.
That's F.
F in the chat, y'all.
The stream is right now. I'll tell him the stream is right now.
You can watch the stream.
But yeah,
he say he knows.
I've always, for the last couple of years, really had a fascination with Conrail because they had some of the rarest locomotives that GE produced that always roamed their rails. So I've always kind of had a fascination with Conrail just because of that bright blue paint scheme. And at one point, they were the largest railroad in America until Union Pacific merged with the Southern Pacific and the Chicago Northwestern, and the Santa Fe merged with the BN to form BNSF.
Oh, speaking on Conrail from earlier, I know there's a yard by my house where the NEC, back where in 2015, the Amtrak AC64 derailed because, I don't know, the driver thought he passed it. And sometimes when I pass the yard, they still have the Conrail logo like on the sign.
I mean, you'll still see some ancient Conrail equipment kind of roaming the rails on short lines, but the only Conrail unit I think that's still in Conrail Blue has to be the PNRR 8212, which is a C39-8. It still wears Conrail Blue in a faded white can opener scheme. It's
So it's not the Conrail quality logo?
no, this one was the can opener Conrail logo.
Alright.
But to my knowledge, that is the only operating C-39-8 still in North America. Every other C-39-8 has either been scrapped or is being used as parts by NREX or other leasing companies.
Isn't this like based? I mean, where the regular dash sheets are based off?
Yes, so the whole early set of Dash 8s, the 6 different locomotives that came out of the early Gen Dash 8s were all test beds. They were testing out the new microprocessors, the new dynamic braking systems. That was their purpose. And they were made before and during the production line, the Dash 8. So the C-39s were part of the production line, but they still had that noticeable rounded cab and that hunch back. But they're not to be confused with the C-39-8Es that Norfolk Southern ordered. So, and out of all of those early Dash 8s, only a few of them actually survive. You got 2 of the B32-8s that are still alive, even though they're in horrible condition in Erie right now, Erie, Pennsylvania. You got the C-39-9, which used to be a C-36-8. That one is still being used by GE in its test trains. And I think... Oh, yeah, and the B-39-8E demo, that one's still alive. That used to be the B-36-8 demo unit. But other than that, all the early Dash 8s are gone.
Alright.
Thank you.
My live stream is working now.
Perfect.
Hello, Bobby. Thank you for giving us your 10 cents.
And, well, speaking of the early Dash 8s, I actually have a model here that I'm going to be unboxing on the stream. And it is actually of a C-32-8 in the Conrail can opener scheme. Now, I had ordered this earlier this week, and it is a custom done or custom painted Athearn locomotive. So I had to open it last night to kind of make sure everything looked good, and yeah, it's...
Athearn Blue boxes are like the best, dude. Really reliable.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show it on stream and to you guys personally. The guy had painted this to kind of match what the C-32s looked like. Now, I'm pretty sure this unit is built on a C-39 platform. Because to my knowledge, only a few, if not 1 or 2, modeling companies actually made the C-32s. And this has a kind of like a plastic shell, so I'm pretty sure it was a shell unit before it was made. As you can see, that little hunch here is what really distinguished the early Dash 8s from the newer ones. So, being able to actually get a hold of this unit was very, very lucky, because you don't really see a lot of them on for sale anymore. They're kind of a rare item to come across now.
Everything I go because they're trash.
Bobby sent me a message saying, stop sniffing, it sounds like you're doing crack. Bobby, I can't help it.
That's a very, very nice logo. I mean, locomotive. Where you got it from again?
I got it from a guy off eBay by the name of let's see, where is it? His name is Justin. I can't pronounce his last name. But I got it off him on eBay, so I'll probably put a link in the description or something, or send you guys the link because it's really. I was really fortunate to get it. Paid $140 for it, but being able to get one of these models was incredible. Now, there was one unit, one B-32 or C-32-8 that got in a crash and was rebuilt with a C-40-8 cab on it. So it still had the flared radiators in the back, the flat bottom radiators. It still had the weird dynamic brake grid, but it had the standard Dash 8 cab on it. And it went to CSX first after Conrail split during the buyout, and then eventually went to Norfolk Southern and was scrapped.
Are there any that are in preservation right now? Like as of you, what you know of?
Unfortunately, of the 10 C-32-8s ever made, only one of them remains in existence down in South America, and it is being used as a parts locomotive after being used in service.
Type F in the chat for that locomotive.
The C-32-8 is going to be extinct. And the sad thing is it's being used as a part locomotive for Dash 7 locomotives down in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we do not have any of the B-32s that still roam the rails. The B-39, the Santa Fe B-39s are all gone. All three of them. The B-39s were built like the B-32s for high-speed intermodal service because the Santa Fe and the BN loved their intermodal services. So they were built for high-speed intermodal and were scrapped after their service. The sole B-36 unit, number 606, became B-39-8E 808 as a demo unit, and then the B-39-8EW or B-40-8W, depending on how you want to classify it, as GECX 809. And that locomotive is still in GE's test fleet. The same thing with GECX 899, which was the C36-8 test unit 607. So those two still survive. Almost everything else around them has died, unfortunately.
Bobby has said in the chat that there is an antique store that sells stocks of Athearn blue boxes. I guess that's a name of a locomotive.
That's the kind of that's like an after Blue Box is like old Athearn, I guess you can say.
Also, I looked online, and I want to mention this too, since Zach, you kind of requested it. There are HO scales U34CHs. And they're from this company called Atlas. They also sell AM7s and I think AOP 44s in HO scale.
Nice. I have an Atlas SD35 in the Pennsylvania Brunswick Green that I picked up from one of my hobby stores. Thing doesn't run, unfortunately. It's got a bad motor, I was told, and it really needs a lot of work to get it running again. But that's okay because all my models are on stack display right now. So I kind of.
Sorry, is this the actual live stream or this is still a run through?
This is the actual stream.
Oh, Okay, I will post it in Crafty Fox Blue. Hopefully, there are
Put it in
people will join.
But
I'm a steam person, so I don't know anything about diesels.
yeah, I mean, I love diesel. I love steam. I've really come to love electric as well, especially with those new Avelias for Amtrak. Those things are sleek looking and will definitely be able to bring a lot more high speed rail into the States.
How do you feel about the Western United States, like California, getting their high speed rail or like Caltrain?
They're going to get.
Never gonna make it.
I hope that one day they'll be able to do something like the high speed corridor, Northeast corridor, because the Northeast corridor is such a cool place, and I hope to visit one day.
The Northeast corridor is really, really old.
It is. It was the Northeast corridor dates back to the PRR with their GG1s.
Yeah.
So
they're saying like the Northeast corridor for like high speed rail is going to be hard too because like all the tracks and infrastructures are very old.
That's why
and, like, they need to do like a lot of repairs.
That's why I think that's why they've been slowly like rebuilding and changing stuff to accommodate for the modern equipment.
Yep, that's what the whole deal with the Avelia was. They pushed that plan along to get the new trackage laid down, get the concrete trusses in there underneath the rails. They are going to update the Northeast corridor to fully accommodate the new Avelias so they can make one long trip at full speed the entire length of the Northeast corridor.
Because like a lot of the old like PRR gantries, they're like rusting and shit. Oh, sorry, profanity.
Are you talking about the catenary structures?
Yeah,
the catenary gantries. They're getting really old. They were put in like what, the 30s and stuff.
Yeah, those were put down when the GG1s started coming into service, and of course when the E60s were running on the Northeast corridor as well with Amtrak.
Apparently, the Northeast corridor wasn't in a good state in like the 70s and 80s.
No, when Amtrak first came about, and when they got all their heritage units, all of the Rainbow Era, is what it was called. The state of railroading in America, especially passenger railroading, was on such a bad decline that's what was one of the leading factors for the Penn Central to go belly up. The railroad infrastructure at the time was horrible, and it took Amtrak being formed to start fixing the railroads in the states, or else we were going to lose passenger service altogether.
Well, weren't a lot of railroads starting to phase out passenger services because it wasn't profitable anymore?
Yep. Only a few of them held on.
Yeah.
Only a few held on, like the Chicago Northwestern, the Santa Fe held on, which is now the Surf Line for Amtrak. So only a few of them held on when Amtrak came into service, but eventually everyone fell under the Amtrak banner. One person I definitely suggest if you want to learn more about how all that happened, Amtrak Guy 365. He's done.
Yes.
Love his channel, and his channel is actually giving me inspiration to do my little miniature series that I'm going to be doing sometime later this year, covering the old EMD-8s. Well, not EMD, the GE-8s. So yeah, his channel and his content's giving me the inspiration to do that. So once
it's like I've been starting to get like interested in old Amtrak equipment and stuff. It's like Amtrak's really the only railroad that I see in Florida besides CSX.
Right.
Because I live on the coast.
Also there is another YouTuber that's kind of, I mean, he's not related to him, but he took inspiration from Amtrak Guy D65. Some people I know him. He's Thunderbolt 1000 Siren Productions.
Oh,
He's
Thunderbolt.
known-
Yes, he does the
He's known for his engines of SEPTA. Just recently he just posted a video of the U-34CH. So like, if you ever have time, you should go watch it.
right.
Pretty good content.
And he does all of his like rail disaster documentaries as well.
Yes, I love that.
Those are really good. I mean, it's YouTubers like those and guys that do the model unboxings like Eric Siegel from ericstrains.com, his YouTube channel. Those guys really got me into really diving into the history of railroading, and guys like Eric got me into the model railroading hobby. And at the time, 14-year-old me trying to see if it's profitable to get O-scale locomotives, not happening. So
I used to do O-scale also, but I switched to HO and then I switched to HO and 30.
Yeah, it's just not going to be profitable for me to get O-scale for the time being. That's just too expensive.
Wait, is it possible you could show us your any of your models that you have?
Which ones?
Like, I don't know, whatever.
Let's see.
Yeah, whatever you have to show. I have like a ton of diesels. I have an Atlas Metra 40PH.
Nice. I have. Let's see. I have a Monon Alco. I have the Southern GP59 Heritage unit. I have a Pennsylvania U20C. I have a Rio Grande SD40T-2. I have a EMD GP30 demo unit, a Santa Fe GP38-2, my Norfolk Western GP18. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now 12 locomotives in my fleet.
I'm getting my model trains out of the closet.
Oh yeah, Bobby has said in the chat that he found in this antique store that there is a U-boat unit in Southern Pacific scheme that is in good condition. He doesn't know what window.
Here, let me go get my U-boat real quick. All right.
Do you guys want to know like how like I got to have a love for model rail fanning? Even model trains, even though I don't own any.
I have. So I'm going to explain the locomotives I have, and you tell me which ones you want to see first. I have a it's Walther's, not Atlas. Sorry, I have an Atlas engine though. I have a Walther's F40PH in Metra. I have a Bachmann FA2 in Newark Central. I have an Atlas SW1500 in PNLE. I have a Athearn SW1500 that I did a industrial paint job on, and then I have a PR K4.
Ooh, the K4 sounds nice.
I want to see that. I want to see your Metra.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, Zach, do you know that there is like a gallery view on Zoom?
Let's see. Which one's the gallery view? I think I can see.
I think.
Yeah, I can see everyone.
You gotta swipe.
Yeah. So here is. I'm going to show kind of the stream real quick. Here's the U28C PRR 6500. Got it in real good condition. It runs great, and I had to pay like $40 for it.
That's actually nice.
Moving my keyboard and stuff.
I got a love for model trains. I used to watch this YouTuber called Inner City 82. He basically
doesn't make videos anymore, sadly. I used to watch
sadly. He showcased mainly Hornby, like British stuff. He did showcase some American locomotives, but like his videos got me to have a love for model trains and stuff like that. And I actually went to a model train show by King of Prussia here in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah,
but I got this because I grew up in Chicago and I grew up seeing these on metro trains.
Nice. Yeah, but I grew up in northeast or northwestern Indiana, so I mean I grew up on Norfolk Southern and CSX, but I've seen Union Pacific, I've seen Canadian Pacific rarely, I've seen the Conrails, Norfolk Southern, CSX, Amtrak used to go through my hometown all the time, but on those trackage, that used to be Monon trackage and through my hometown, which was absorbed by the L&N, which became part of the Family Lines board, then the C board, and then CSX. So there's quite a bit of lineage that used to run through my hometown. And I'm hoping one day CSX will actually do heritage units properly. And we get to see another beautiful Pennsylvania and Conrail unit roaming the rails alongside the Norfolk Southern ones in a Monon paint scheme running the rails yet again, especially up where I used to live.
This is one of my industrial painted SW1500s.
Nice.
I had a layout, like a switching layout. It was like a paper factory. So this was the train that worked on the paper factory. It was supposed to be like a PNLE, and then there's an interchange on it and stuff. I don't have the layout anymore, but
darn.
So here's my PNLE one. This one fell on the floor, fortunately.
Rip.
So it's missing its horns. And, like, some of the handrails are like broken. It came with when I bought it at the train store, it came with like a detail bag and stuff. And it came with like the walkways that go over the couplers and like the MU stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to get at least the starter episode, the teaser episode for my -8 series off the ground here soon. I'm calling the series, and it's going to be like a 5-part series, like the Hunchbacks of GE, because very few of them were made, and it'd be a very good way to kind of get started with something like that.
Um, 2 years ago for Christmas, my aunt, she actually got me a book called Railroads Across North America. BNSF, GBO in it.
Nice.
It just gives you like information about the railroads and stuff like that. Some of it, I mean, I didn't get to read. No, I have the same book. Oh, you have the same book? Yeah.
Yeah, like you see how the handrails kind of they're not where they should be.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at my C32, and some of the handrails are kind of bent on it, but I mean, it was hand painted, so I really don't expect perfection. But
yeah, this one the walkway came out.
Ooh.
But on the back, it came with this detail bag, and it had the walkway and the MU box. So I had to put that on. This is a pretty detailed model. Has an interior and stuff like that. This is the bottom of it.
Right. But I just want to kind of point out, especially on the stream, but one thing that kind of made these early Dash 8s weird, other than the hunchback here, was the weird dynamic brake grid. They had the one big fan unit here and 4 smaller opening fans right here. And it's really weird, but so cool. And it's something I have not seen before until I started looking at these locomotives, and something I was not seen since.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Hey, White, can you show us your layout?
Well,
Possible?
it's on the floor right now. It's a 1 foot by 2 foot switching layout that I haven't completed yet. But I'll see if I can put it on my desk. My desk isn't that big. But right now I'm taking out all my HO scale stuff. I don't really do HO scale that much anymore, but I like collecting this stuff.
Right.
Like steam engines and stuff like that. I have like old Lionel trees too.
So, Zach, what do you see in the future of your YouTube channel?
Well, I want to kind of, once I get myself financially stable and able to do it, I want to start kind of doing YouTube full time. I want to get to the point where I can be like the guys like Eric and start unboxing and reviewing models full time, but that requires a lot of money, that requires a full layout, that requires getting deals and sponsorships from and people like MTH, Adthern.
I thought MTH went out of business.
I think they were bought out by someone. I can't remember.
No, I like MTH.
Oh, I
think their HO scale stuff is pretty cool. This is a Bachman model.
Is that a Shark Nose RF-16?
No, it's an FA2. It's an Alco.
Yeah, it looked like a Baldwin Shark Nose there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but I also want to kind of do stuff like Crafty does. Kind of do model or building tutorials, or at least try to. Especially with the heritage units I'm currently building right now. It'd be really cool.
That's epic, Green.
Wow.
What scale is
that? If you see Greenberg, he got a pretty good amount of rolling stock.
Nice.
I don't rolling stock at all.
Don't you have a Metro cab car though?
Yeah, I do. It's a Rock Island one. I wanted to get the cab car, like the modern Metro ones, but no one was selling them. The only one I could get is the Rock Island one. Here.
All right, guys.
My K4 also fell on the floor. Sad. No, I just keep it in the box. But there it is.
Nice.
That's really nice.
It is very nice. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for now.
Okay.
This was a great first go at it. So maybe we can do more of this later down the road. But a great first stream, a great first talk. So thanks, guys, for coming on. It really means a lot. So again, appreciate.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you for inviting us. This is also my first time, being a part of a YouTube video or being in a YouTube video. Oh, also, Bobby said that Scale Trains bought out MTH.
Oh, sweet. And of course, Scale Trains just released or did an announcement that they're going to be releasing the Milwaukee Road SDL39s. So I'll see if I can get my hands on one of those, because those things are cool looking.
MTH it's very expensive, but it's so quality for HO scale.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming by and talking. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.